What is this?
Our goal
Year
is
for
to have
gaming.
reversible
Bro, check out
suspended
Foxel
animation,
Pepe
just like in the movies.
Also chat, posture check pot
Can
friend.
you just put me in stasis and wake me up in the future when everything's okay again?
I hope that I won't have a biological body, but I'll have a body made out of nanobots.
So tell me, is cryonics a pipe dream?
It's fine. Yes, it is. Oh, of course it is.
Let's face it, we're all going to die, and it'll probably happen sooner than we like. But what if there was a way to escape the apocalypse? In fact, what if we could cheat death altogether? Freeze ourselves in time and wake up in the future when all of our problems have disappeared. The idea of putting humans into cryosleep is everywhere in science fiction. Han Solo trapped in carbonite, Captain America frozen in ice. But what about the real world? Can we stave off death through the power of cryonics? I've come to Scottsdale, Arizona to find out. Welcome to the Alcor Life Extension Foundation, the self-proclaimed world leader in cryonics. For just under $250,000, Alcor is selling a second chance at life. The Alcor team looks after nearly 200 people who are waiting to take that second chance.
That is really
One
stupid.
small catch, every person preserved here
Sad
has
chat.
been pronounced
How do I
clinically
get over
dead.
her frown?
But to Alcor,
I just up flyers.
that's
I'm
just a
about to go crazy.
technicality.
Our best estimates are that within 50 to 100 years, we will have the medical technologies needed to restore our patients to health and function.
Okay,
The team at
dude.
Alcor refers to
This
its
is so weird.
customers
It's
as
selling this
patients.
scam, dude.
And just like patients in a hospital, Alcor hopes that in the future, they'll be restored to full health. When they arrive, each body or patient, depending on how you look at it, goes through a technical process to increase their chances of survival on the other side. They're treated with chemicals and drugs, carefully cooled, lowered into a giant steel vat of liquid nitrogen, and stored at minus 196 degrees Celsius. All in the
Oh, like I meant in 50 years? Yeah, but dude, like...
hope that one day they will live again. Alcor's offices are simple enough, but in the middle of this building is possibly the strangest and most unsettling thing I've ever seen. A field of
alive.
stainless
5
steel
months,
tanks
wow.
holding the
Why am I
bodies
still
and
subbed to this
heads of
washed
170
Overwatch streamer
dead people,
xQc
frozen
smile?
in stasis.
How many people in each one of these?
Each one of these has approximately 9 patients, 4 whole body patients around the outside, and then there's a stack in the middle which holds 5 neuro patients.
Dude,
Yes.
okay. I'm more interested into what things happen in 50 years. What are things that they think it could happen? Like that they can reverse engineer the neuron structure and then rebuild it into some simulation and put into some computer program and make you could live in like
Neuro
what are they
patients.
like what are
People
they,
who elected just to preserve their heads. Not only is it less expensive, it also saves on space.
That would be the
got it. Oh my god, you
hand
bitch ass!
that the
Fuck! Sorry.
patient is in, and
This fly is dead.
has identification on it.
Each
Hey,
of these
Felix and
vessels is
chat.
known as a
Tonight
doer,
I'm feeling a
a
little
custom
down, so I
designed
came to tune
insulated
in.
tank
I
that's
just want
filled with
everyone to
liquid
know,
nitrogen
though,
and
it'll all be
computer
okay.
controlled to preserve
Love
the
you
bodies
all.
inside. They're massive, even considering how many bodies and heads they contain. But these doers have been designed to protect Alcor's patients for decades.
Why are they so tall? I can't help but think that I'm not that tall.
There's a lot of insulation, both around, underneath, and on top. These lids do come off.
I think it's a lot of money going to nothing
Resource
because
video
it's
on
pointless.
He goes to this
Like,
same place.
And people often
so much
ask us
tech
what
and money
happens
going to
if the
literally nothing,
electricity
but
goes out.
that's just
It
kinda
doesn't
what
matter for our
humanity
patients.
is.
We do have backup generators.
Most
to
money
keep
in the
our
world
computers
goes to
running
nothing,
and
doing
that sort
dog
of thing.
shit that no is
But
pointless.
These patients are in liquid nitrogen. It
Building
just
buildings that do
sits there
nothing,
at
doing research that doesn't
-196
go anywhere,
Celsius.
doing
We
dog
don't have
shit
to
that's
cool
not
it.
gonna.
The patients are not damaged in any way by a power outage.
It's hard to imagine who would want to sign up for cryonics. I figured it would just be sci-fi mad doomsdayers or ultra-rich billionaires. But the photos of patients that line Alcor's walls point to a
Yamba.
pretty normal-looking clientele. More than 1,200 people have signed up for Alcor's services. Of the 170 patients, roughly 3/4 are men. But otherwise, it's a fairly even spread. Retirees, mums and dads, even a very young girl.
She had brain cancer, and her parents had her
Not shocked
cryo
there's people in there.
preserved.
Those canisters
They
are
wanted
full
to
of
come over and
crystal
do a
methanochizine.
Buddhist ceremony, so we put her picture on the capsule.
Have you seen this interview of
for
your
them
roommate?
to have that
Bro
ceremony.
Deadass has the
My
most
husband
based
is
1
in
second
this doer
answers.
right here,
Link.
and so I come in every now and then and say, "Hi, Fred. How you doing?"
What? No, this is.
Okay, let's get this out of the way. The
X, I
science
really
behind
think this will be
cryonics
good
is
content and
completely
something
unproven.
different. Link.
Yeah, this is odd of you next.
It's highly experimental. Experts say there's no way to perfectly preserve the human brain or reverse the biological finality of death. But
Exactly.
for Alcor, being declared clinically and legally dead isn't the end.
Legal death only really means that your heart and your lungs have stopped functioning without intervention. Doesn't mean your cells are dead. It doesn't mean even your organs are dead. Up until maybe 30 or 40 years ago, most people in medicine thought that death was an event.
Yeah, I mean, Chad, when they do quadruple bypass on a patient, right, and that person has to be dead for a certain amount of time, right? Literally
On-off
dead
surgery,
in
you're
all
alive
terms.
or you're dead.
Or not.
It's now pretty well understood that it's a process. It takes hours after your heart and lungs stop functioning for you to really be totally dead.
Alcor says if you intervene early enough and preserve the
Not all
body
of
as
them.
quickly as possible after death, there's no reason you couldn't be brought back in the future when science has improved.
Quadruple bypass.
So, what exactly do you
It's like,
do to a dead body if you hope to bring it back to life one day?
Have
Well,
you seen the
turns
Mrs.
out
Puff
it's not as
conspiracy
simple as
theory
dropping
video?
it in a tank of
Link.
liquid nitrogen.
Oh, no, I don't really want to see this, to be honest. It's kind of dumb.
When a patient arrives, they're brought into Alcor's facility for stabilization. This room kind of feels like a cross between a hospital and a morgue. The initial process varies.
Didn't they already get like cell decayed like to the absolute
Depending
max
on
point?
how long
It's
the patient
already
has been
it's already degraded. The cells already completely died out. What can you do with that? It's too late. You would have in order to prove this, whatever, wouldn't you have to within almost the minute you're dead, within 20 minutes, to be put completely frozen almost instantaneously? Not possible.